Hi goddesses, welcome to my channel. If you have been wondering how to really connect with your ancestors and really get deep into the spiritual practice, you definitely want to watch this video because I will be talking all about this, all right? So my name is Magickal. Welcome to my channel. If you want to learn how to activate your sensual, sexual, spiritual powers to really manifest whatever it is that you want and desire in your life, this is the channel. I talk about all things spiritual, sensuality, feminine energy, all of those things, all right? So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click that notification button because I post videos every week. All right, now let's get to it. So I am a child of immigrants, and I know that a lot of you watching are either immigrants yourselves, children of immigrants, or your great-grandparents were also immigrants. But let me tell you, even if you have lived here for several generations, you still have roots to your motherland. Unless you are indigenous to the United States or to native land, you have other native lands and you have ancestors everywhere. If you come from indigenous groups here, there's a really strong practice on honoring and connecting to your ancestors. This is really a spiritual practice that I started diving deep into in the last, I want to say 5-6 years, but really every year it's gotten stronger and stronger. And ever since I started really connecting, praying with, creating an altar for my ancestors, they have been coming into my dreams, giving me signs. Like, it is so magical. I actually have goosebumps really talking about it. Like, they're here with me now. And I want to share with you some of the things that I've done to honor them and how you can as well, so you can have a deeper connection with your ancestors. So you right now are a living ancestor. And because time isn't really, it's as time as we know it, it's not really linear. Our ancestors exist in a different dimension, different timeline, different plane. They're always there and you can tap into them. And when you start really connecting to it, you realize that a lot of them have strengths, a lot of them have gifts, a lot of them have the experience and the knowledge that they can share with you. So one of the things that I did to really connect with my ancestors, and this is a really powerful practice, is one, just to talk to them, pray to them. You can do this with scripting. I literally talk out loud. Sometimes I name them, so I know the names of like my grandmother, my aunt, my grandfather, so I actually call out their names. But even ancestors that I don't know, I ask them, hello to all of my ancestors in the past, in the present, in the future, all of those that guide me, that help me, that protect me along the way. And then I ask them questions. I ask them to give me guidance. I pray to them. I ask them to come into my dreams. This is a really great way. And in the beginning, if nothing happens, don't lose faith. Oftentimes, they don't come in loud like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm right here. Oftentimes, they come through signs, subtle signs. But the more that you connect with it, it's just like your intuition, right? The more that you really hone in your intuition and use your intuition, the stronger it gets. This is the same thing with your ancestors. I know my grandmother is always with me because when I see a sign of a hibiscus flower, she's always there and like I can feel her presence. That's why I actually got this hibiscus flower. See that? This first tattoo, so in Filipino indigenous beliefs, snakes actually mean ancestor guidance and protection. And this hibiscus flower is a symbol for my grandmother. I got this dedicated to her because we used to have, actually we still do have this beautiful hibiscus bush that's right in front of my ancestral house in the Philippines, in the island where I grew up for the first 5 years of my life and where she lived and died. So this was in honor of them. And then I also got this tattoo. Isn't it so beautiful? This is a tatak, or also called batok. This is a traditional Filipino tattoo. And I waited 3 years to work with a specific tattoo artist. There's only one of about 9 or 10 of them who are Filipino and have Filipino blood that actually studied this the culturally appropriate and spiritual way. Because any tattoo artist can copy a design and do it, but I really wanted someone who had the lineage and roots, because that's actually how tribal tattooing was passed down. It was passed down generationally. And a lot of times it was women that did it. So if you go to the Philippines, there's regions where it's only women who do the tattooing. And so I wanted to work with her, and I finally had the chance to. And she tapped, which is a traditional like tapping, this top part, and this was machine done. But every symbol are symbols that represent things that come from the land. So there's symbols here of ferns, of mountains, of islands, of crabs, it's just all these beautiful symbols, because tribal tattoo is actually very simple yet beautiful. Filipinos, especially indigenous Filipinos and those who were tattooed in the past, would tattoo their bodies for protection, to symbolize different stages in their life, to maybe also symbolize celebrations or wins, things like that, and they would put that on their bodies. Filipinos actually were called the tattooed people, because there are mummies and there were books that the Spanish found of tribes of people that were fully covered in tattoos, face tattoos, neck, men and women, and children as well. And it wasn't until the Spaniards came into the Philippines and colonized us and made tattooing taboo and banned it for hundreds of years. But now there's a resurgence in it, and I'm so, so proud of it. So this is one of the ways that I honor my ancestors and speak to them. During this process, I actually cried. So I'm clairvoyant and psychic. I actually had visions of me and my tattoo artist in a past life doing this tattoo together. So it was such a magical experience. I'm not saying you have to get a tattoo. You can if you want, but I'm just sharing with you one of the things that I did. Another practice that you can do to really honor your ancestors and tap into the power and magic of your motherland is to create an altar for your ancestors. So I have an altar where I have a picture of my grandmother, I have a picture of my aunt, I have things that symbolize my home country, which is the Philippines. So you can have flowers, I put fresh flowers there. You can have different stones, things that symbolize, or maybe things that were gifted to you, heirlooms, whatever it is that remind you of your ancestors and your motherland. And then lastly, if you have not gone to visit, I really urge you to visit the country where your ancestors are from. It is such a magical experience. And the last time I was there for a few weeks, November in 2022, I went because the eldest aunt or sister of the family, my aunt who helped raise me, passed away. And I really spent time to connect with the land. And I come from this small island called Camiguin in Mindanao, Philippines. And when you see a picture of her, and we're gonna put a picture up, she looks like a sleeping pregnant woman. She is so beautiful. I really connected and prayed with the land. The moment I got there, I connected energetically with her. I put my bare feet on the ground. Every chance I got, I hugged different banyan trees. I touched the ground with my hands, with my bare feet. I was in the water, in the sand. I connected to Mother Nature and the spirit of the motherland. And she gave me so much guidance. She gave me so much love. I had dreams about her. I had dreams of my ancestors. It was so powerful. And my intuition and psychic abilities and dreams were so intense and powerful. Like, I can't even describe it in words. So that's really one of the things that I want to urge you to do. If you feel a calling to visit your motherland, or if you feel a calling to visit certain places, there's a reason why. Like, certain places call to us, and we were probably there in a past life. So get a chance to travel and really put your feet on the ground and connect physically and energetically with your motherland. All right? So if you are interested, if you are Filipino, and even if you're not Filipino and you feel connected to the Philippines, I am hosting a retreat in June called Reconnect, Reactivate, and Remember. It's really how to reconnect back with the spirit of the motherland, the spirit of Mother Earth in that, to connect with your ancestors. This is going to be such a deep and amazing retreat. It is a 5-day all-inclusive retreat for you to connect with each other, with your fellow sisters and goddesses, as well as the motherland of the Philippines. Like I said, you don't have to be Filipino to go, because you will learn different techniques, tools, and practices and rituals that you can do yourself anywhere you go. So these are practices that I do here living in the US, all right? If you're also interested in another retreat, I am going to Tulum, Mexico in May. There's also details below. Tulum calls me because Tulum actually reminds me of the Philippines. Mexico reminds me of the Philippines. We have a lot in common because we were both colonized by the Spaniards. We have a lot of things that kind of really, even the terrain, the ocean feels very similar, especially on that side in Quintana Roo. And so there's so much magic. I had such transformational spiritual experiences when I was in Tulum, and this is going to be another amazing 5-day all-inclusive retreat on how to tap into your fabulous feral and feminine energy, because that's really what Mother Earth is. She is a feminine goddess. She is divine feminine in the land. She's nurturing. And so if you want to really connect with the magic of your motherland, if you want to connect and honor your ancestors, definitely do these tips and practices and join us in my 5-day retreats. There's more details below. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely connect with me on Instagram and TikTok. If you love this video and my content, please hit that subscribe button over there and hit that thumbs up so you get notifications for my videos every week. Thank you so much. Giving you so much love. Bye.